October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and it's a sensitive topic, but an important one.
It is very important. Drawing from his own experiences as a boy touched by autism, a local teacher has written a book about acceptance and the value of embracing someone's differences.
Lindsay Buckingham has his inspiring story.
Number 14, what did Colonial Public Schools use the New England Primer for?
At first glance,
It's to teach reading and writing.
this is how you see David Petrovic, an engaged middle school social studies teacher quizzing his students at St. Mary in Chardon. If you know him like we do, David is an accomplished theater actor, motivational speaker, and devoted autism advocate on a mission in his new book, See Me, to encourage people to embrace differences.
See Me, the Invisible Autistic Boy, was inspired by my time in high school where I was being bullied and felt alone and felt like I didn't have a purpose.
David's book, which he wrote and illustrated, takes readers on a journey to acceptance.
Sharing my story of how I felt invisible until one day, an act of kindness begins to make me feel seen, and as each page goes on, more and more body parts are added to me. The last page is me extending a hand to the reader, in my illustrated form, just again saying that you are loved, you are valued, and above all, you are seen. Number 7.
He takes the same approach to teaching, making his students feel like whole people, making them feel seen.
With him, if someone mocks your answer, he doesn't take it lightly, and he really cares.
His students care about him, too. He makes them want to be better.
It's definitely an inspiration because you realize how much he's overcome, and if he can do it, then anyone can.
I think that's the part where having special needs and being a teacher actually comes into an advantage, because knowing that I learn differently.
If I were a student, I would feel so safe in your classroom. Do you know what I mean by that? Because sometimes learning can be intimidating, right?
That's what I always aspired to, not just a safe space for learning, but just for anyone, regardless of background, to just know that there's someone in their corner who wants to lift them up and not tear them down.
The symbol of autism is a puzzle piece, representing the complexity of the spectrum.
And while we, as someone with autism, may be missing that one puzzle piece, I like to think that for me, it leaves me open to just welcome as many people as I can on this journey of life, to lift them up and to assure them of their value.
In David's own eloquent words, you are beautiful, you matter, you deserve all the good in this world, and just like me, you are seen. Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
Oh, what a positive message.
I love that story.
We need more of him.
Yes.
Lindsay, great story. We love stories like that. David tells us that having neurodiverse role models goes a very long way in finding acceptance, and it makes sense. Seeing other people that look like you or have a similar condition that are positive and that have succeeded just proves to you that if this person did it, I can do it too. He plans to keep paving the way to inspire others just like him. And to find out how you can get a copy of David's book, you can do that at our website, wkyc.com. There's a link there.
And I love when he said, having, a different way of learning is beneficial as a teacher, because now he sees that his students have all kinds of different ways of learning. Sometimes it's really easy for administrators and staff and, the adults in the schools to just focus on the kids that are just, it's easy and keep going because it's the easy way out. But man, where it's at with the kids that have different challenges, that's so important not to forget.
It sort of ties back to our earlier story about where we are education-wise.
Ugh.
If the paradigm isn't working, there needs to be a paradigm shift.
Yep.
There has to be a newer, better way of doing it. And I think sometimes as adults, we're closed-minded to that newness when perhaps we need to look outside of what we're doing to figure out how we can do it better.
Yep, and so much of the narrative is dictated, by the schools, and the parents have their say. The parents aren't on the inside, though. You only hear kind of half that story, don't you?
That is so true.
You know how that is?